New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Check go.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Dragon 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Connects with the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Here we go, set. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Throwing on first down, Nix. This is reeled in by Wilson. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's go now.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
From the red zone now. It's a Denver touchdown. So that right there, Brock, exactly what you want to start off a contest.
Opening drives are such tone setters. You come out flat as a group, maybe go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Anders Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Motioning left is Thomas.
Here we go.
Looking right, and he finds him. Into the red zone. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars finish off their opening drive. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars start off well to tie things 7-7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? 70 Lion.
Now they send their back in motion right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Set.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Rip, 23. Red.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him on the out route. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Hey, Lion. Silver.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron. Here we go, son.
Now a give left side to Pacheco.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
All right, let's go. Silver.
Right back to Pacheco. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go! Ready, ready?
Blown back gets the handoff. He's contained at the line for no gain. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. It's Nix out of the pistol. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Set up.
One of the tight ends motioning right.
Check go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play and delivering a
Set.
We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range.
Ready.
Another try following the sack. This finds Franklin. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Ready.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Chop 60, chop 60. Ready, ready.
Wilson, the receiver, in motion left.
Hut, hut.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, go!
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Lisa 24. Hot.
Lawrence working from the gun. Hauled in left side. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
On red. Easy. Read a 44. Hey, kill. Take right open. Hot.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Hey. Here we go.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Now Lawrence coming off a pick. That's taken in by Etienne. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Hey, easy. Route. Red.
2nd and 15. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Let's go. We're good.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, kill.
3rd and long for him here. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Pat Surtain has it. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Second and 12 behind the sticks. The right side caught by Wilson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Ready, set, go.
Now Nick's on third down. He's got a man left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Broncos will have a first down.
79 Broncos. Let's go now.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos trying to add to their lead. First and 10 from the 41.
Ready! Panther 11, Panther 11. 18, Pioneer.
Wilson, the receiver, in motion left.
Ready?
On first and 10, here's Nix. That's complete to Wilson. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does 2 things. Number 1, it strikes fear in the defense, and number 2, you gain respect of your teammates.
They'll throw again. Nix. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Come on.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Wilson, the receiver, in motion left.
Hut.
Nix from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Able to get it to Franklin. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Scott now to return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Rip, 23.
They send the tight end in motion.
Silver.
On first and 10, here's Lawrence. And the man is there to knock that away.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera play. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Hey, Lion. Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb, and quarterbacks, when we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, well, they can make you pay just as he did.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Scott now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
Hey, run. 30 left. Silver.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And they pick him off again. And the Broncos take possession of the football. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their fourth interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. One interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Offense to the line for second down.
Ready, ready! Get up!
Takes off right out of the read option. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Here we go, here we go! 60 Bobcats, Cup 19, Cup 19!
Man in motion, out of the slot.
Check go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Throw caught at the 6. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's caught near the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Ready?
Now Nix. On the move, headed right. Touchdown, Denver. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And hopefully they don't come to regret using all 3 of theirs so early in the half. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
All right, let's go. Who goes,
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go on fourth, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They bring a tight end in motion right.
Go!
Back-to-back carries here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They kick the running back in motion. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next. So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Hey, 11.
Out of the gun, Lawrence finds a seam down the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down throw, Lawrence fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Lawrence working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brandon Jones up for the stop. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Here we go.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And oh, he got it! Interception! Pat Surtain has it.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
On the ready.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
18 Rattler. Shut up.
Receiver in motion, going left.
Shut up.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Come on, come on.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Check go.
Throwing again from their own end zone now. Cut out left. The 50. 30. He's at the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch. It really...
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Scott now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Red on red. Silver.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level.
Hey, easy.
They'll
Route,
need to stay vigilant because they're
route.
definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And it looks great flying through the air, Bronc, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Hot.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Broncos have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Let's go.
Option give here. No one around. He's got space. Is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos throwing 6 more on the blowout. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion. It's hot.
Lawrence now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Go.
Working quickly here.
Gun. Hurry up.
Another try following the sack. Complete out to the right. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Oh, let's go.
Offense up to the line fast.
Go, let's go.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. This play goes for 36. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Silver.
They are throwing it again. Completed over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The kick by Shudak is good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
The lateral goes haywire. It's out. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Back to the well again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Ready.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long.
Hurt. Buffalo 18.
Nix from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Lawrence throwing here. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms, but it slips through. Second down coming up.
You only get so many chances to make this type of play for your team. Boy, you'd love to see him come through there.
Lawrence trying again on second. And they pick him off again. Has a hole left, room to run. The 30. The 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth-quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick-6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos continue piling onto this lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
24. Silver.
Now Lawrence coming off a pick. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. There's a flag on the field. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense.
On red.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Come on. All right, here we go. Done.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Jaguars just want to get out of here with how this one is gone.
Okay, break.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Hey. Done.
Trying again, following the sack. Trying to push it deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Red on red.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Ralph. Here we go, son.
Now it's Lawrence. And they get to him and hold him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone. There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Go!
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had. Offense staying on the field. This is 4th down.
Here we go, Shaq. Get up.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. This throw is cut. And he drives this forward to the 6. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.